I'm Jeannie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a swatch and review of the Mungyo Watercolor Crayons. So I purchased the 36 color pack. These also come in a 12 pack as well. And then they do come with a swatch card, so I've already done a swatch of these. For the review today, I'm just going to swatch the colors that are found in the 12 pack. And after I do the swatch of these, I will also color in a picture like I have in the past for my Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2, my Lyra, and also my review and swatch of the Staedtler watercolor crayons. Again, this is not a paid sponsorship. I purchased these with my own funds. And I collect crayons, so that's why I have so many. But I want to get to show you all the different types out there, and then also kind of give you like the price points and give some comparisons basically between the professional crayons and the student grade crayons. So let's go ahead and get started with swatching. This is the white crayon. So I like to test these on a dark background. The first thing I'm noticing with these is that they are not very smooth. Kind of like the Staedtler, they're a little bit drier than the Caran d'Ache. And this one is taking me a bit to kind of activate it. Okay, let's try a different color then. We'll get to see too how consistent these are across color, because sometimes, like, if you watch my Lyra, some of the crayons were drier than others. That was a weird brand. But the Staedtler and Caran d'Ache, they were pretty consistent. Like the Caran d'Ache are very buttery and smooth. The Staedtler are more dry, but they're all consistent across the colors. This one, what color was this? This is the salmon pink, and it's a little dry, and I did crumb a bit. I'm not a fan of crumbs, but it is blending out. So immediately first impression is they're not buttery smooth. That's something I like with my watercolor crayons. These are a little drier and I can see some crumbs forming. And the crayons, of course, typically have crumbs, but some more than others. And I will say this brand is definitely on the drier and crummier side. Okay, I'm going to speed lapse this and then we'll talk about how these feel overall. Okay, so let's talk about these. They were definitely crummy, more crummy than the Staedtler or the Caran d'Ache. And then Lyra, some of the colors have been crummy as well. So I don't like that about them, but they did blend out fairly well. I think the crimson and the light blue, these lighter colors, I don't think these are as nice because they really do get very light when you blend them out. But they did dissolve pretty well. The salmon pink not as much, but in the white they seem to be the driest. So consistency across colors and how they perform, definitely in a 12 pack I'm already seeing some differences, so not a fan of that. But I think overall, I mean, I like these pigments. I think they're bright and they blended out well. There is one downfall to these, and it's something I can't show you on video. They smell. These crayons, the Mungyo watercolor crayons, they do have a kind of a strong chemical smell to me personally. I do not like the scent of these. The Caran d'Ache, I don't notice a scent. The Staedtlers, I didn't notice a scent. The Lyras, I didn't notice a scent. But the Mungyo definitely have a chemical smell to them. So if you are sensitive to smells, just a fair warning, you may not like these. They stink. So I'll go ahead and start just using these 12. I'll do my watercolor, or my sketch here in a watercolor crayon. And we'll just go ahead and do a speed lapse of that, and then final thoughts on how the Mungyo watercolor crayons are compared to the other brands that I have owned. So I'm finished with these, and my thoughts are they're definitely drier than the Crayon d'Ache. They were also crummy, which when I had the Stadler, I didn't find those to be as crummy. They were dry, but they weren't as crummy. And again, they have a smell to them that is slightly chemical, which I do not care for. The colors, I still think they're pretty vibrant. They were frustrating me, kind of. If you watch my Styler video, I had the same issue because the crayons are so dry that I have to take and like wet the brush and rub it on the crayon to get the pigment off that way, because it's just too scratchy for my liking in coloring, where the Crayon d'Ache are very smooth. So I would say the 10 of 36 crayons that I purchased, this was about $26. And so for that price, you can get a tin of 15 crayons with Crayon d'Ache. So they are cheaper, but they're student grade. They don't have any light fast ratings on them. My guess is that they probably aren't light fast, which is the same with the Stadlers. So overall, I think I would choose, if I was going with a student grade crayon and not with the Crayon d'Ache, I would choose the Stadler over the Mungyo. I don't believe that the Stadler come in a 36 pack, but I have to look at that again. I think it's just a 24, but I could be wrong. But I still think there's a better quality with them than the Mungyo. I want to say that there's a larger pack than the 36, but I have to look online again. If you don't mind the smell, maybe these would be more for you just because of the variety of colors. And again, I think the investment in the Crayon d'Ache, and again, this is my personal opinion, I'm not being sponsored by anyone, but I think like investing in them is better for the quality that you get. With art supplies, it generally is, you get what you pay for. Again, I'll show you the difference in the sizes between all the brands that I've reviewed so far. So here you can see the Stadler and the Mungyo are pretty much the same size crayon, but again, these were these were smelly and they were crummy. So I will probably not be hanging on to these because it just wasn't a joyful experience for me working with them. However, I will say if you're on a budget, maybe these would be great. They do come in a nice tin, which I do love. I do love packaging that makes sense, so that's a plus. But again, I'm gonna be, Crayon d'Ache fan for a long time until someone produces a similar crayon that is buttery smooth like they are. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back with some more reviews as well with some other products, not watercolor crayons, but I do have other crayons, gel crayons, water-based crayons that can kind of function like a watercolor crayon. So I'd like to show you those over the next couple weeks as well. Thanks again. Bye.